Right. What's your opinion on the skate culture?
Well, it's changed a lot from like how it used to be.
Yeah.
Like, back in the day, it was a lot better.
Yeah.
Before, like, well, there were posers, but they were barely henny.
Yeah.
Compared to now, like, fucking everyone carries a shitty skateboard and they can't fucking ride it.
Skate culture, it's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
It's just the rejection or the collective, like, disregard for society's norms and values. It's just the rejection of that regular culture and just being a bit different and like just accepting that difference and rolling with it.
I see that you're getting out, you're doing something you enjoy, and I also see you getting exercise.
Staying out of trouble.
Well, I don't know who you're meeting, because you're meeting people I don't know.
Yeah.
You're going off all over to different areas, going skating with the professionals.
Yeah.
So that means you could be anywhere, and I don't know. So obviously for me, that's a little bit of a worry.
Yeah.
But you enjoy it, and that is more important to me, that you're doing something that you enjoy, as long as you're not getting into trouble or you're not getting up to anything that you shouldn't be doing.
Well, that's sort of going my next question, and I've asked everyone this, people that I skate with. What's your opinion, if you have one on it? Do you believe there is a drug culture within skateboarding?
I think drugs are everywhere that you go now, and I think it's up to the individual to be able to act responsibly as far as drugs go.
Yeah.
Yes, there's drugs around skating, but I think you can get drugs if you go down to the local pub, if you go down to the local high school, you'll find drugs. So I think drugs are everywhere.
Depends. It depends on who you are. It doesn't matter if it's got a drug culture behind it, because certain people go that way. It don't matter what you are. Like, you could be the richest person in the world and you still might have done drugs in your past.
Yeah.
But that's not, like, some people do it for, like, with depression and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, skating's a way out of that for me.
Yeah.
Like, it just puts me in a better vibe. Where other people, it helps them, but they've got to, like, have a drink or smoke weed.
So would you say that skating, it's not got a drug culture, it's people that do skating?
Yeah.
Got a drug culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just them. And the people that are around them and how they've been raised.
Yeah, I agree.
And like, if they've been brought into drugs by other people, then they might bring that into the skate culture. And then other people join in, and then it just becomes a big thing.
You see, I wouldn't necessarily say that the drug culture and skater culture are kind of like directly linked, but they do go hand in hand, because it just happens to be that the same people who would, take drugs and kind of like disassociate themselves from society just so happen to be skaters.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of crossover, but I don't necessarily think that it has to be true, because you don't have to do drugs to be a skater.
Yeah.
Or you don't have to do something to be a skater. It's more about the skating itself.
Yeah.
It's just, I feel like, the drugs, particularly, weed and that stoner vibe, it sort of carries through into that skater state.
Exactly.
And it kind of just, they kind of go hand in hand with each other. So I'd say that for the drug culture.
Okay. Yeah. As an outsider's view, what does skateboarding look like?
Because I'm a child that was brought up in the 70s, skateboarding was very popular then.
Yeah.
So I've seen skateboarding before, and I had family members that was quite into skateboarding.
Yeah.
So to me, I've no worry about skateboarding.
No.
It's not as if it has to be something to worry about. I think a lot of people see it that it's dropouts that are doing it and kids that are not involved. But actually, if they'll take a look, they'll see that it's youths and actually older. There's a lot of older ones do it.
Well, people
hanging out together.
People that I skate with are a lot older than me, aren't they? We know they're actual adults. What would you say is your favourite part about skating? I don't just mean the culture. I mean like generally.
Generally, just going for a cruise.
That's your part of skating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just going for a cruise with a few friends.
Yeah. What would you say about the fashion side of skating? Do you agree with it?
It depends, because people just think you wear like a certain type of clothes. Me, I just go casual.
Yeah,
like I might wear some joggers
That's what I mean.
and a top and a jacket, and I'm done for the day.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm glad I asked you that question because it's like, I'd say we're two different sides of the skate culture. You're someone that skates because he skates, you know what I
Just
mean?
casual.
Yeah, and I sort of adapted to fit the skate fashion to my side, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you'll go. I wear jeans,
Yeah,
but I barely wear them.
yeah.
Like you're lucky if you see me in jeans ever.
I see you skating mainly in joggers and like a hoodie.
Comfy.
Yeah, exactly.
I just go for the comfortable vibe, like you know,
Mhm.
as you do.
Yeah,
Like everyone's got their own opinion,
yeah, exactly.
so it don't matter what you wear. Like you could be doing anything.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that's kind of funny you bring that up because like the initial reason to wear that was because it was kind of like a sort of minimalist aesthetic that came
Yeah.
with skating, just letting go of all the materialist shit and just enjoying the skating
Yeah,
for what
yeah,
it was,
exactly.
you know, wearing those clothing. But because that's become like a trend and because it's become so identifiable, they've kind of just profited off it and just, you know, marked up the labels because they know that indie kids on TikTok want to buy it and match
Yeah,
that aesthetic,
yeah.
so they can charge a high price for it. But I mean, I guess that's just the way things are in the world, so can't really change that.
What's your opinion on the poser culture?
I don't really like it. It's just it's like being a fake gamer or something like that.
Yeah.
Who just think you're good, but you're generally a noob or
Yeah.
you're really shit at it.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
how it is.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That's the only way I could put it.
It just gives like kind of like this false image, man, because with poser culture, you kind of just get kids pretending to be something they're not, and they kind of like steal from your influence or take away from what you're actually doing, like, because I don't know, it damages the reputation because it makes us look kind of weak, or not weak, but it kind of just makes us look, you know, fake or
Yeah.
unauthentic, when realistically we're probably the most authentic and genuine people you'll meet.
Exactly, yeah, thank you. And let's say from an outsider's view, what do you think skate culture looks like?
I mean, if you're gonna look from like an old outsider view, they're probably gonna think lots of drugs, lots of raging, lots of violence, aggression. But if you look from like a youth perspective, they probably look up like, wow, that's so cool. So I guess it just depends where you look at it from, really.
Yeah, yeah.